Welcome to the first episode of Rocketships and Rosaries, a podcast where I teach you how to build rockets and pray rosaries. Hi, I'm Riana. I'm a structural analysis engineer. I basically use math and physics to make sure planes and rockets don't break in the sky. If you've been keeping up with the Artemis 2 missions recently, from launch to landing, structural analysis engineers are fundamental to every aspect of that mission. And if you want to learn how to be a part of this exciting new horizon that we've entered, subscribe to this podcast. And if you don't know who I am, I also go by the Catholic Engineer on Twitter. So I'm a Cradle Catholic. That means I was baptized as a baby. And I've been a practicing Catholic all my life. I've received 5 out of the 7 sacraments. So, baptism, First Holy Communion, confession, confirmation, and most recently in December 2025, marriage. My Catholic story is a bit unique in that I was born and raised in Pakistan, a country where only 1% of the population is Catholic. If you want to know what that's like, growing up as a minority in a very heavily Muslim country, I'll dedicate an episode to that later. I'm super excited to launch my podcast, Rocketships and Rosaries, to inspire young Catholics and Catholics already working in the field in engineering or STEM to continue pursuing the vocation God has placed on their hearts. I have 3 goals for this podcast. One is I want to encourage more Catholics to pursue the engineering field and the STEM field. Number 2, to share technical and tribal knowledge from engineers who have been around the block to share information with new engineers. I want this to be a safe haven for Catholic engineers if they feel lonely in their workplace because they may be the only religious person in the office. My third goal is kind of selfish. I basically want to create a repository of all the information I know so that when my kids or when my nieces and nephews come of age and start asking me questions, it'll be around 14, 15 years till that happens. I'm pretty sure I won't have the information I have now actively working in the field. Yes, I plan to be a stay at home mom soon. So that's why I'm pretty sure I'll be knee deep in diapers and sourdough bread and whatnot. So this is me capturing all the information I have now, actively working in the field, and sharing it with them in the future. So this is the format of the podcast. First, I plan to post solo episodes where I will personally be sharing my technical knowledge about composite design, analysis, and manufacturing. That's what aircraft and rockets are made of. And then orbital mechanics. And I may mix in a few Catholic stories too, because the Catholic faith was very pivotal in my journey to becoming an engineer. Then, every second week or so, I plan to interview Catholic or Christian engineers working in the field, be it electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, aerospace engineers, and asking them about their engineering journey and how their faith was pivotal to their journey of becoming an engineer. I'm so excited because I have a really fun lineup. I have a few CEOs, electrical engineers. I have a person who worked on a lander that's currently sitting on the moon, and a lot of people who worked on jets, worked on very famous buildings, and I'm excited to bring their stories to you. I am also accepting submissions if you're a Catholic or Christian engineer and you want to share your story. My only criterion is that you're pursuing technical excellence for the glory of God. My first interview will be with my identical twin sister, who's also an aerospace structural analysis engineer. We both had similar stories of how we became an engineer, but it diverted in ways which is quite interesting. So if you're excited for this podcast, please like and subscribe. Full disclosure, I do currently work a full time job where I go into the office 4 times a week. So this podcast is purely for the love of the game. And I've been wanting to do this for years, and I'm finally taking the leap because this was the podcast that I needed 10 years ago. And I think it's time for me to serve the younger Catholics who need this podcast in their lives. And of course, because this is a Catholic podcast, I have a lot of Catholic imagery. You'll see these characters. This is Saint Joseph, Mother Mary, Saint John. I got married on his feast day. And this is a saint that is not well known, but he is pivotal to why I'm a Catholic today. He's Saint Francis Xavier. He's a Portuguese priest and missionary who came to India and shared the faith. And it is because of him that I'm sharing how to build rockets with you. I'm entrusting the success of this podcast to these saints: Saint Joseph, Mother Mary, Saint John, and Saint Francis Xavier, especially Saint Joseph. He has a special place in my heart. All right. I'm excited for this journey. I love you guys and see you very soon.